All right, Capricorn, welcome to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast for January of 2016. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because the signs are different. All right, Capricorn, so the month kicks off with some retrogrades. Mercury goes retrograde on the 5th, very close to your sign. Gets pretty close to Capricorn, then stops and goes back into Sagittarius. So maybe there are some things that you might be reflecting on or rehashing in regards to yourself, but the bulk of this retrograde is going to be about where you can have more alone time, where you can have more of that spiritual time out and peace and presence in your life, which I think has been a big focus for you lately with your sun here. But definitely things to rehash and rethink about with that Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury does also rule your 6th house of routine and health and your daily work. So it's a good time, as it always is, with a retrograde Mercury to rethink those areas and maybe redo some of those regiments and whatnot, or some of the things around work for the next few weeks up until the 25th. Also, in regards to your life path, it's a good time to reflect on that too, since Mercury rules your 9th. Now, on the 7th and 8th, Jupiter goes retrograde in that 8th house of yours. So there has been, I think, a lot you're learning about the deeper avenues of life, what's really meaningful to you. And that really goes into a reflection now for about the next 5 months with this Jupiter retrograde. So there's a lot to learn about what's really meaningful to you, how you can have more of that openness with self, etc., and get deeper, maybe do some of that inner healing transformation. It's not really intense because it's Jupiter. In fact, it's quite lighthearted in its nature, philosophical, more expansive. So in that sense, maybe rehashing philosophy and things like that, so you can learn about what's really passionate. I mean, it's all in Leo, which is your 8th house, which is that the things that are meaningful to you in life, you're very passionate about, and they're one and the same thing. Now, during the new moon on the 9th, we do have some new beginnings with that 12th house. So you could find that maybe with all this focus and rehashing with behind-the-scenes activities, maybe working behind the scenes, maybe getting that alone time. Now there's some new things shaping up that maybe you're understanding about the importance right now in the context of your situation in regards to faith, trust, going with the flow, meditation, having that easygoing energy through that faith and trust. So whatever that is, it's good to plant new seeds and to put energy into spiritual things. Just be open to reflection. And I think it's a great time to learn more about your psyche, unconscious patterns, things like that, listening to your dream space. And that could be heralding a lot of new spiritual transformation for you. It's going to be a very transformative new moon. It is conjoining up to Pluto. So being open to change is always the key, and being open to transformation, especially with Jupiter retrograde in your 8th. There's a lot of this rehashing about, releasing old energies, transforming, and healing. So with the square up to Uranus in this regard, because Uranus and Pluto have been squaring, if you get any inclinations and maybe some insights about having more freedom with your communications, having more freedom with your thoughts or your thinking, your learning, sharing, those are great things to consider. Just take it nice and slow, nice and grounded, how you can apply maybe some more of this practical or daily stuff into the fact that you are having more of this spiritual or easier going energy in your day. So in other words, how to bring in that freedom and have that alone time and have that spiritual easiness there, and even the communication, so that you have that presence also. So it's all about the integration with the square. Now, also on the 9th, Venus goes over your ruler Saturn. So you guys could be feeling good, looking good, maybe around the 9th, maybe enjoying those simple pleasures, maybe expressing yourself quite seriously, intently, and also the career stuff you could be building or quite intent on this early part of the month, which can be very productive and could be creating new beginnings with, in your life with self-expression and with the big picture productive things also. And this is all in your 11th house. So you guys, in the big picture, it's good to take seriously the networking, the groups, your ideals, ground them, make them into a reality. And you can enjoy that here this month with Venus all the way up until the 23rd, once she goes into Sagittarius. So enjoy maybe networking groups, things like that, while taking it seriously. Now on the 18th, Mars does trine up to Neptune. So easygoingness, specifically with this energy that maybe you've been putting into with your life path, with expanding your horizons, maybe learning, expanding your wisdom, which has been a little bit clunky with Mars and Neptune, but it does make it quite a bit easier with a trine up to, with Mars and Virgo. But it does make it quite easier with a Neptune trine up to Mars. So there's more easygoing. There's a little bit more of that ebb and flow when it comes to whatever it is you're motivated towards. And I would say it's probably in the sphere of philosophy, spirituality, expanding your horizons, travel, etc. Now on the 21st, the sun goes into your sign. So happy birthday for those of you watching this for your sun sign who have your birthdays this month. But whether it's for your ascendants or for your moon, in either case, a lot of you should be now maybe gaining more energy. There's more insight from the 21st onward in regards to your goals, your plans, your ambitions, where you're headed in life, your life path, and just gaining more energy through more active pursuits of life, coming out of this very reflective time. Now, it's still very transformatively reflective. Still a lot of things still going on during this shift. But as a result, you're probably coming into more awareness of, what's important to you, which is the sun on the first, and expressing yourself. Now, on the 22nd, Mercury goes over Pluto. So there are things definitely transforming and changing with your routine, your health, the behind-the-scenes activities, your spirituality, that expansive view of life. So being open to change. In fact, you could gain some insights around those things on the 22nd. And then on the 25th, once Mercury goes direct, you could be applying a lot of these things. A lot of the energy starts to move forward, and especially from the 30th onward. It's just a time of really applying the stuff you learned about change, about spiritual change, about having more spiritual liberation, more spiritual freedom in your life, more alone time, more of that easygoing energy, and your connection with God and the universe in many regards, whether it's through meditation or prayer or whatever. And meditation can be so many things. Now on the 23rd, we got a full moon in Cancer. So this is a culminating time for relationships, specifically anything that you've been involved with over the past 6 months involving relationships could be culminating. But at the very least, you're seeing them. There's a lot of clarity, and you can use that positive energy into the other areas of your life. Do be patient with it, though. It will be squaring up to Mars. Be patient with those one-to-one connections. But in either case, with that more patient approach, it does become very constructive. And you could find that maybe there's some goals or things that are very much in alignment with relationships that could be further expounded upon. Now on the 23rd, Jupiter goes over the North Node. So this is heralding this whole new beginning now for the deeper aspects of life for you over the next 2 years. You're going to have the North Node going into your 8th, where Jupiter has been. So there's a lot of insights, a lot of stuff you've been learning about openness, vulnerability, trust, healthy bonds, etc. And so now with the North Node, there's a lot of positive support, especially over Jupiter like this, and a shift to your life path to now, I think you'll feel going into February, shifting more so you can have those deeper connections. You can have more, again, spiritual freedom. It's a very spiritually transformative month for you Capricorns. Now also on the 23rd, Venus starts to go into Sagittarius. So with this energy, while it's been very transformative, I would say, with your spirituality, you can in fact enjoy it quite a bit. And I think by the end of the month going into February, you're probably enjoying working behind the scenes, probably enjoying more of that spiritual take and alone time perhaps in that regards. But yeah, that's Venus, and I think it's great to do those things. I think you can just enjoy it, and it's probably from a lot of this transformation that's occurred. Now the month tops off with Mars going into Libra, which is your 10th house. So you guys will probably find going into February, there's a lot more motivation and drive for you to pursue your career, your big picture goals, your big picture plans in life, productive things, which is actually a good place for Mars to be in. He loves to be at the top of the chart. Your guys' energy levels will probably be pretty good. And yeah, it's easier to flow in Libra as well. It's probably easier to pursue those things. Maybe even the home and family stuff or personal life kind of eases up a little bit if you've been feeling a little bit of a clunky energy with Mars and Virgo with that. And also anything involving groups or networks probably starts to ease up too. All right, Capricorn, so have a great month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.